Hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and since I managed to do all the Christmassy things much faster than I thought I would, I'm pretty much done. All I have to do is just one round of shopping on Friday. I thought it would be kind of fun to take a look at a setup that I finally put together like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, because it's something I wanted to do ever since DE introduced melee ribbons. It was the first thing that popped into my head when they announced them. Now, the idea was to get a ribbon for a melee weapon that already has a ton of range, something like the Orthos Prime. Then roll range on the ribbon and stack it on top of primed reach for like stupid amounts of range. And I originally wanted to do this on the Orthos, but the disposition just isn't there, so the ribbons weren't that great, so I ended up doing it on the Guandao, which doesn't have perfect disposition, but it's much better than on the Orthos. So the ribbon I ended up buying in the end is called Guandao Loctitox, and it adds 130% range and 95% bonus toxin damage, so it's basically a slightly stronger fever strike with a somewhat weaker primed reach. It cost me about 600 platinum, I don't remember the exact price anymore, but it's still relatively cheap considering how bloody expensive ribbons are right now. If, for example, you want to get yourself a nice Thibodeau ribbon like I was trying to, get ready to fork over like 4000 platinum. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked. This is the setup I'm using. I'm running Shimmering Blight, but it doesn't really matter because I'm using the quick attack rather than any of the combos. Then I'm running Primed Pressure Point for damage, Primed Fury for attack speed, Primed Reach for range, and Blood Rush for those juicy crits. I'm also using Drifting Contact to utilize the deep polarity the weapon comes with and to get more combo duration, and then of course I have the ribbon Guandao Loctitox, which once again adds range and toxin damage, which is combined with the electricity damage from Shocking Touch into Corrosive. And finally, I am also using Berserker. This makes the build a lot of fun, especially if you put it on a frame that has a lot of sprint speed. Though if you are planning to do a setup like this, you can easily take out Berserker or Primed Fury and replace them with the damage mod, and it's gonna be fine. It's just more fun this way. Now, all in all, with almost 300% increased range, it's around 295%, you can hit enemies that are about 12 meters away from you, or 13.5-ish if you are using Mirage with Hall of Mirrors, because the doppelgangers are slightly ahead of you. Now, that is, first of all, kind of funny, especially if you're doing a Corpus mission and you're swatting ospreys out of the air as you're zooming through, but it is also kind of impressive. I mean, that's a nice bit of range right there. However, what I think is more impressive is that this setup can actually do sorties. You can do sortie 1, 2 and 3 versus all the factions, and it's gonna be just fine. The only units that this setup isn't great against are units with a ton of alloy armor, so napalms and bombards. But it's understandable, we're using corrosive damage and alloy armor is weak to radiation. Now, I'm mostly using this on my Naros because I like my frames tanky, but also because he has a ton of sprint speed, which is really good because the quick attacks on the old polearm stances, not the new one, allow you to sprint. But it's also a ton of fun on Vault with speed and such. You even get more attack speed, which is awesome, and of course Mirage with Hall of Mirrors because the doppelgangers are duplicating your attack, so you're covering an even larger area. I even slapped on Miming Strike and did a bit of Equinox focus farming to see how it feels, and it's awesome. You have so much range on the slide attack, it's ridiculous. So yeah, this setup is just awesome. It is a ton of fun, it is pretty effective as well, and I am very happy that I finally managed to put it together. And if perhaps you're trying to put together something similar, because I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one who went range on polearms when they saw melee ribbons, I would very much recommend you stick to it, you get the ribbon, you roll the range, because this is just awesome. It is not quite as much fun as my Galatine Prime setup with Tempo Royale and max attack speed, but it is definitely up there as one of my favorite melee setups. And that's pretty much it for the video, really, so I thank you very much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.